Hello, my name is Chuck, and I will be talking to you today about the awesome Poshmark app. Now, Poshmark is an app where you can make extra cash by selling items that you already own, and it's a really good way to get rid of things that you have just sitting in your closet. Because I know personally that I've had a lot of items that I haven't even used in forever. And it's a good way to make some extra money as opposed to having to go to a Goodwill and not make any money. So, first, I'll be talking to you about how to get started with selling as well as buying on Poshmark, as well as give you a step by step navigation through the app. And I'll be putting a link in the description to download the app, as well as if you use my code, then you can get $5 off of your first purchase. Now let's get poshing.
Okay, so when you first download and open Poshmark, this is the screen that you will see. So as you can see at the bottom, you have your feed, shop, sell, news, and then your username. And at the top, you see all, and then you see the search bar, and then you see you see this add symbol and then a heart. So the feed basically is like your timeline for listings. So everybody that you follow on Poshmark, every time that they share a listing, it will show up on here. And they can share other people's listings as well, and you will be able to see them because the person that you followed was sharing it with their followers. So, um, so then if we go to shop, we all love to shop. So you can search for specific items at the top where it says search listings. And you can search by women, men's, or kids. So I already had Vineyard Vines in here, so we'll just click on it. And it brings up all Vineyard Vines shirts because I typed in Vineyard Vines shirts. But you can type in anything and it will bring up listings. So you can set it to only show you items that are your size or within your price range, um, colors that you want, the condition that you want. So you can do all of that just by scrolling over and then clicking on each one that you want to do or change like that. And then you can just, then it will make it even more personable for you. So then if we go back, and then if we see the sell button, basically it just comes up with the screen. You can search through your photos and pick something to use as your list for your listing, or you can take a picture. So then we'll just click the button to take the picture, and then you get these different filters that you can use, and you use this on your cover photo. But I'll be talking about this a little bit more later. You use this on your cover photo only, and then you click next, and this is the screen for selling, for listing your item. Sorry, but like I said, we'll talk about that later. And then if you hit the news, this is what you will use to see all of your notifications from followers, party notifications, things like that. And then you can see your comments, things that people tagged you in, and different offers right there. And if you click this, you see all these different things. You click your closet, it'll show you all the things you're listing. Your likes are the listings that you've liked but didn't want to purchase yet. You can edit your size, things that you recently viewed, purchases, sales, balance. All this good stuff is right in here.
Next, I'm going to talk about how to create a good listing so that way you can get your items sold faster. So when you're taking your photos, you want to make sure, first of all, that you have good lighting. And then you want to make sure that you capture the entire item within the frame. So if it's a shirt like this, you will want to make sure that you get all of the sleeves in it. Or if it's pants, you want to make sure you get from the top all the way to the bottom, because I've seen photos where you can only see part of it and it's kind of misleading. And so that's really not a good thing to do. So make sure that you always get that. And the cover photo is the most important one with the filters. So the filters really makes it stand out. So make sure that your cover photo really captures the item. So that way your buyers will be want to be drawn in by the photo and click on it to see the other photos that you have listed. And so when you take your photos, also you want to make sure that you use either a mannequin or a hanger, or you can lay your photos out flat. That's what I like to do because it makes it a lot easier to take the photo. Um, and you want to be creative a lot with your listings. So sometimes I've seen other people take items that they would match with the outfit. So if it's a shirt, you could put shoes with it or something like that. That way your buyers can know, oh, well, this will go with it. I have something similar, so I should buy it. Or you can add props to it. Like I have emoji pillows, and I sometimes put those with it, a little creative edge on it. But you can do anything, but you want to make sure that your photos stand out from the rest. And when you're making your description, be as descriptive as possible. So mention if there are any stains or rips, capture the size, get all the materials, and I also take a photo of the little where it says if it's made of cotton or whatever. I always take a picture of that, as well as a front and back photo of the item and a picture of the tag with the size. And so that really is a good way of making your listings more descriptive as well. So take the photos of that and then put that in your description as well. And you can also say phrases along with your description. So you can say, oh, this shirt is good for the upcoming season or something like that, your own personal touch to it. Next, I want to talk to you about sharing on Poshmark and the importance of sharing. So Poshmark has that community and social network type of feel to it. So users are really connected to each other. And the way that they do that is by sharing listings. So not only is it good to share your own listings, but it's important to share other people's listings, because at the end of the day, people on there want to sell their items. Other people want to buy, but most people go on there to sell their items. So that's how you do it, is by sharing. And one way of sharing is if you go to your home feed, then you can just scroll through and then you'll see your followers' listings on here that they've shared, and then just hit the share button and you can share it to either the party or to your followers. So then you can share your own listings by going into your closet right here and then clicking on the button as well to do the same thing. And so now the Poshmark parties are curated categories or brand parties that they have every single day. So you can see right now there is a everything plus size party. So people can go, if you go into the shop on your app, it'll bring this and then you scroll to the parties. So you click on it and then people that have listings that are plus size that they can share to the party, they will all show up in here. And so this is a good way to get your listings sold. It really has helped me as well. And it also gets other people to share your items usually after you share something to the party. So, the cycle just goes on and on and on. And it's really important to share your items to the party. So now I'm going to talk to you about how to ship your items. So Poshmark, they only use USPS and they only use priority mail because their mission is to get all of their items delivered to customers within 2 to 3 business days after they're shipped. So I have some envelopes and some boxes. I always have some on hand with me at home in case I sell something. And you can get them free if you go into the post office. There's always a stand with boxes and envelopes, and you literally don't even have to say anything. You can just walk in and get them and take them with you. They don't say anything. So you can also, if you don't have time to do that, then you can go onto the post office website and you can get a pack of them shipped to your house. I believe it's free also to do that. So once you get that, I recommend getting tissue paper. So I have some plain tissue paper, and then I have this colorful tissue paper. And you can get it at the dollar store. It's fairly cheap. Um, and so you just wrap your listing up in that, put some tape on it, stick it in your envelope. And they also have, I also sometimes have colorful tissue paper also because I like to be colorful. And I always put a thank you card in with every listing that I sell. And you can get these at the dollar store as well. So now I'm going to tell you about my personal success within Poshmark. So I've only been on the app for about a year, and I wasn't active as at first with Poshmark. I really didn't know what I was doing, but I randomly got a sale one day, and that's what got me interested in using the app more and more and more. So then after that, I started sharing listings, putting them in the parties every day, and then eventually my listings started selling more and more. And I've actually made over $1,000 and sold over 50 items so far. So it really does work. I definitely recommend using the app, and it's really good for guys now too, because at first it was only about females, and so I was like, okay, why am I even using this app? But now they're really coming together with men as well, and I've stole a lot of my male clothes on there. So don't be afraid if you're a guy and you want to sell some clothes, because guys definitely do use the app a lot more than when it first started. I guarantee if you guys follow these tips, then you'll be successful with Poshmark. That's all I have for you today. Don't forget, download Poshmark now using the link I provide for you.